Hey everybody, Brent here, back to do another quick review. This time we're going to do the self-titled album by a group called Emperor Norton. The album was released on March 17th, 2018 and is available on their Bandcamp page. Emperor Norton is based in York, United Kingdom, and they formed less than a year ago. I would describe the band's overall sound as a kind of a hybrid between Yes and Kansas. To me, the overall impression of this group is one of great confidence, and it only took a couple listens before that was apparent to me. I have to talk a little bit about lead vocalist Matthew Corey and his voice. At first, he's got a very unique voice. We'll start with that. And at first, I wasn't sure if I was liking it or if I disliked it. It wasn't a hate because he doesn't have a bad voice, it's just unique. It's engaging and it allows him to deliver very thoughtful lyrics with passion and conviction, definitely. He's got a very near operatic voice at times, and originally I wasn't quite sure if it fit this type of music, but after numerous listens, I was actually quite amazed how well it did fit this music and the situations, like I said, relaying a lot of passion, emotion, and conviction. He's maybe also a drawback and maybe a negative part too, because I can see people putting this album down, after the first or second listen just because of his voice. But believe me, stick with it, do yourself a favor, because as a whole package, it works very, very well. Not only Matthew Corey, but the whole group of players in turn all give very, very impressed and inspired performances. They have a lot going for them, and upon a future release, I can see them getting better and better and better. Their confidence is already up there, but I can see them improving in their technique and their sound and kind of getting their own unique brand. Let's get into the tracks now. The first song is called Act 1, Portents. Now, I had to grab my dictionary to look up what portents was, and it is a sign or warning that something spontaneous or momentous is going to happen. It opens with a very brief little recording of, sounds like an old instrumental jam. Maybe it was just some studio stuff that they decided to insert there, but that was a real neat intro to the song. It's very Yes-like in this matter too. You can really hear a lot of Steve Howe influences, and there's some very, very nice interplay between the guitars and the keyboards on this song. It's a great way to start an album. The second song is called Act 1, Petrichor. Now, this is another one where I had to grab the dictionary and look up the meaning. Petrichor is the earth scent that is produced when the first rain falls. And it's another fitting title to this song too, because it is very emotional, and it really, you could actually see yourself kind of just maybe sitting by a windowsill watching the rain fall outside. It has that kind of a feel to it. It's a very contemporary for a prog song. This is also the very first chance we get to hear Matthew Corey's unique and wonderful voice. His singing style reminds me, I don't know, there's somebody that he really reminds me of. But another thing that also kind of comes to mind is this could maybe be something out of perhaps like a Andrew Lloyd Webber musical. I don't know if I'm really getting onto it there, but it's just kind of the first impression that popped into my mind and whatnot. There's again some great guitar work, and the solo section is amazingly matched with the emotion of Matt's vocals on it as well. They intertwine with each other perfectly, and this is a great, great song that the whole band is, come together as one cohesive unit. Alright, now we go into track 3, which is called Act 2, Travails. This again is another song I had to look up the meaning of the title, and the meaning to it is to engage in a painful or laborious effort. And again, this really fits the overall kind of feel of the song. If you guys are fans of Frost, the keyboard, especially in this song, really reminds me of oh, what's his name? Jem Godfrey, I think it is, the keyboardist from Frost. And this, again, is probably the best vocal performance from Matthew Corey on the album, and it is my second personal favorite. The last track on the album is called Act 3 Arrow. It opens with a very Yes or Kansas-like musical styling. The pace slows down at about the 4th minute, where the band sets up a very emotional midsection. This is followed by a very theatric and dynamically fluctuating instrumental section. This section ends with some electric piano supporting Matt's wordlessly lamenting vocalizations. And at about the 7-minute mark, we get a full stop and shift from a more low-end, heavier, emotional-driven section from both the band, and it is very, very powerful. This band is showing that such unexpected maturity in the composition department, especially on this song. They almost have set themselves up that, you know, it shows that they've been doing this for a while. I think it comes naturally to them because it blew me away the first time I heard it, and every time I hear it now, I still get goosebumps. It's a great, great composition. You know, around the 9:30 mark, there's a very drastic shift as all the instruments running at the top speed until the synth takes the lead, and that kind of goes into the 11th minute. You know, things quiet back down again at about 11:30 mark before the increasingly speedy synth oscillation fills the sonic void once again. This section sounds, again, very Styx-like to me, and as well as Yes and Kansas, but I really hear a lot of Styx in this section, especially the instrumental sound and the stylistic choices of it. This song, and this album for that matter, end very softly with some very quiet voicings with minimal instrumentation support. This is one of probably the best prog epics I've heard this year. I think if I was to make a mixtape at the end to kind of say, here's my favorite songs, this one would definitely be on it. It's that good of a song. Check this one out for sure. I don't have a lot of criticisms to say about the album, other than perhaps the overall mix could have been better. It really lacks the production values that is so richly deserving of this music. And this isn't really a criticism, but this might be another point for some people that are trying to get into the band, is Matthew Corey's voice. Like I said earlier, he's got a very unique voice. It's by no means bad. It just might turn some people off because it's something that you got to digest and get used to. I'm going to give the album a final grade of 74%. I suggest you all go over to the Bandcamp site, check this album out, and buy it, download it, listen to it, stream it. I'm not sure if it's on Spotify or not. I think it is. But anyways, it's worth a listen. Go and enjoy it and let me know what you think. Alright guys, take care, and we'll see each other really soon. Good night. Bye-bye.